Welcome to part 2 of showing you guys some of the nicest model homes here in Montgomery, Texas. Last week, we showed you the big boys. This is the biggest David Weekley home we've ever shown you on our channel. Kind of really wide fireplace wall with this massive 75-inch TV. And these ceilings are full 2-story. They're over 20 feet tall. And yes, you found out whether or not I was a good golfer. Should I just stick to real estate or what? But we're back. And normally we don't break these neighborhoods up into 2 videos, but this one just felt like it deserved more. Most of these master plan communities that we go to, they've got homes of varying price ranges, and a lot of times they have some of the smaller stuff, but what makes Briarley super unique is that all of their model homes are nice. Their smallest one is still on a 60-foot wide lot, and most of their homes start over 3,000 square feet. We don't see that very often here in Houston, and we have 3 more builders to check out today, starting with Highland Homes. I mean, this is one of the prettier elevations that I've seen anywhere in Houston, so I'm excited to get you inside of that. But we've got one of the most popular floor plans that Perry Homes builds anywhere in Houston as their model home next door. And we got a curveball for you. A lot of times, these are kind of the familiar builders that you're gonna see in this price point. But the curveball is Chesmar has one of their larger products here. A lot of times we're seeing their smaller stuff. They've got a drop-dead gorgeous model home. And we're right here in Montgomery, Texas. If you didn't see last week's video, that's fine. Check it out after this. But we're 5 minutes from downtown Montgomery, just a few minutes away from Lake Conroe. But we're sitting out here in this nice, peaceful, tranquil area that I like to call Montgomery, Texas. It's got all the really pretty pine trees. It even has some oak trees. And it's that perfect blend of slow pace of life while still having those amenities. You're just a few minutes away from the brand new Home Depot. You've got an H-E-B that's under construction right now that should be done here in, probably the next year. So that's what makes Montgomery so special, so cool. We're seeing a lot of growth out here. And as I'm telling you this, a school bus is going by, which reminds me, you are just 2 minutes away from Montgomery High School. You got some of the best schools in the entire Houston area right here, but it still has that small hometown feel. And you can get a gorgeous home starting out here at $700,000, going all the way up to that $1.2, $1.3 million range. So we showed you the more expensive ones. Now we're gonna get you in some of those kind of starter homes out here, which are still, as I mentioned, absolutely massive. So stick around to check out that Chesmar, but we're gonna get you inside this gorgeous Highland home first. Welcome to Highland Homes. We're in their 70-foot wide model home. And while it's technically a little smaller than what we showed you in last week's video, this home is still huge. It is 4,400 square feet, and the finishes in this home might be nicer or as nice as anything that we're gonna show you. Highland always goes all out. Coming in here, they're big on the kitchen kind of being its own space. What I like about Highland and where it really stands out from a lot of the other builders we'll show you is they're a little bit more compartmentalized and thoughtful and intentional in the rooms that they give you. So if you kind of have a traditional style, like the home I grew up in, right? Where everything wasn't one big open concept, they kind of blend the two. Like you'll see, you get a big open concept, actually a very big one here in a second, but the kitchen's not part of that. It feels like its own space, and all of the detail work is different too. So you've got these like pedestal, white oak posts on the kitchen island. Got some really nice quartz with the veining going through it. They're doing the two-tone, so they're taking the white oak and then they're matching it over here to kind of like an off-white cabinet color. So everything's elevated. I really love their appliances. They got the cafe appliances. They've got kind of a cool like off copper tone to them. I don't know if you can tell, they're stainless appliances, but see over here, they got the cool little accent, which I really like. And tucked over here, you got the pantry. Pretty decent size for 4,400 square feet. Guys, they build starting at 2,900 square feet. That's their smallest floor plan. And they're gonna go all the way up to around 5,000 square feet. Now, before we just get ahead of ourselves and show you this whole house, I have to pause. I gotta thank you guys. We've been doing this for over 3 years now. If you look right down on our channel, we're about to hit 50,000 subscribers. This thing has taken off more than we could have ever hoped for and dreamed for. And our goal when we started this was to make videos for people just like you that were thinking of moving to Houston. And not only have we done that, we've gone from just me and Keith with a camera. Now we run one of the largest teams in all of Houston. We have over 63 agents. We sell hundreds of homes a year, and we help people just like you looking to move to Houston. So if that's you guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you're just watching or you're just checking it out for the first time, stick around. We don't even normally do this. We rarely even ask for your business. We just want to show you what's going on here in Houston. But if you would, help us cross that finish line to 50,000 subscribers. Like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and we're gonna give you all the nuts and bolts, tell you the truth about these builders. We know their managers, we know the people actually building these homes in a lot of cases, and we really know the salespeople here, and so we can tell you, based on what you're looking for, who's gonna be the best option for you. So back to the kitchen, we got this 6-burner gas cooktop. Once again, really cool knobs. I've told you this before, if you got little kids, despite how fancy and cool this is, I don't like the knobs on the front. I like them up here, but I don't know. I might sacrifice kid touching this hot stove once or twice for how cool this looks. So that's just me. You're gonna have a lot of different options too with Highland. So you can go to the design center with them. In fact, most of the builds they're gonna have out here are gonna be dirt builds, which, kind of like semi-custom, where you go to the design center and pick everything out. You're gonna get to do that. And before we show all this off, hold on, we got more in the kitchen. We got a little bit more in the kitchen. I really like this addition. You'll see this in some of their smaller products too, but just having this extra counter space, if you are a wine person, you got plenty of storage. If you are a family person, you're not gonna have wine bottles down here for the kids. And I see this neighborhood filling up to be a mix. In fact, we were just talking to a couple that just left, and they're downsizing. This is their forever home. They're retiring here. They like the pace of life out here, but I could also see this being a hot spot for young families wanting this big family homes. And this is what I mean by big family homes. Check this living room out. Now, this is that open concept. You're getting the best of both worlds. You're still connected to the kitchen, but it's not right in the middle of this living area. I think this bouquet might detract a little bit from the sight lines in here. But yeah, you've got your defined kind of living space over here. You got your TV set up. They didn't do it up over the fireplace, which I like. It's kind of centered. You can see the TV from the dining area over there, but you can't really see it too well from the kitchen. I guess you've got a little bit of a sight line here. Okay, no, you still got it. That's not bad. So that works out nicely. You wouldn't want to put it up over the fireplace for that reason. And you do have a real gas fireplace here. A lot of these builders, as we showed you last week, they're switching up to these electric fireplaces, but I really like that. Now, one thing that's unique about these bigger Highland homes is you've got some extra rooms on the first floor. It's not just the big kind of living area. You've got your informal dining connected in here, which is great. You can get to the kitchen easily so you can serve. I mean, what a grand feel this is. You got 20-foot ceilings here. And while it's connected to the upstairs, which we'll show you, it's not like too connected. So cool dining area set up. You could go, these are really big chairs. You could definitely go with like an 8-seat table instead of 6 here. And then you can close these doors up and you have a media room here on the first floor. Really, really cool to have it off the living area. If you've got young kids, what a great playroom. Like, you can close the doors up. It's not right when you walk in the house, so nobody's gonna see their toys everywhere, but it's in the heart of the home. It's in the main living area where you can kind of be in the kitchen, doing whatever you're doing, cooking, doing chores. And then over here off the back of the house, what's really unique is you've got this home office. So the home office, a lot of times in homes, is gonna be up at the front of the house. You got these 2 doors to close it off, but instead you're tucked here off the back. You got great views into the backyard. And then check out these built-ins. They went with the white oak here, which matches the kitchen. And I just think it's really, really a nice detail. We're still over here at the back of the house. One of the details that I love they added here are these massive slider doors. Not every Highland's gonna have this, but most of their floor plans have this as an option. And you'll notice these are really tall. These are 10 or maybe even 11-foot sliders. And they really open the home up. Guys, the weather out here lately has just gotten incredible. Everyone bashes Texas for being hot, but what they don't give it credit for is it's like the end of September, early October. It's like 80 degrees out. It's great in the shade. And speaking of shade, they added this. We did this on our house. I highly recommended it, but they've got these drop shades. So you can close them down, keep that sun from beating into the house. You've got this huge covered patio, kind of industrial sized fan. Great place for college football or NFL, but I'm a college football guy. I got the Aggie ring back out, guys. Gig 'em Aggies. If you don't know, we're 4-0 right now. Depending on when you're watching this, hopefully we're still undefeated. But great place to come out here and have college football. Still hot enough to hop in the pool, but cool enough where you're not just absolutely sweating your face off. I mean, these yards, this isn't just like an oversized model home lot. A lot of the lots out here are this big. And this is, they did it so right. So many of these neighborhoods in areas like Montgomery and Magnolia, where people have traditionally moved for more space, They're not giving them more space. It's stupid. Here in Briarley, they're giving you more space. You got plenty of room for a pool. I mean, I'm in a pool right now. And you've got room for a play set. You could do a pickleball court over here or a half sport court. Yeah, just a lot of space here. And if you didn't do these sliders and you just had fixed windows, which in my opinion would be a fail, that's gonna be your standard door to get you in and out of this house. But come on in, I'll close this up and we will continue over to the master, which is right this way. Now, I like how you get a couple switchbacks. One of the things Highland does a good job of too is like creating noise barriers. So I wanna show you the extra little storage before we fly into here. But just by it kind of snaking through like this, it's the design feature that helps, you know, close it up for some noise. So like if it's really loud in the main living area, look at that. Voila, we just close it up. And I don't know if this is an addition or if this is standard. It feels like this is like a structural upgrade. They got a bump out here, but this sofa isn't even all the way to the wall. And you've got like just plenty of space in here. King size bed. Now they kept the real wood floors all throughout the house. These are not cheap, but they look incredible. I have these very similar tone floors in my house. We love them. Don't get them if you have big dogs. They will ruin these floors, but they hold up really well to kids, water, stuff like that. They're very durable floors. And I think real wood, you can't beat it, even with the new high quality fake stuff, but don't get it if you're gonna have a big dog. Bathrooms are always pretty decked out here, going back to these kind of natural wood tones. The dual vanities, you've got the framed out mirrors over here, and then big old freestanding tub, and then you've got the walk-in shower. I don't think they have a bench in this one. Oh, interesting. I didn't expect there to be shower glass here. They do have shower glass. Don't really need it since this whole thing's kind of tiled, but you know, it's nice to have. And then you got a little vanity here. Tons of natural light coming in through here, by the way. So depending on, you know, how the house is oriented with your neighbors, you'll notice, I mean, look at the neighbor's house. I would want to frost this glass, but they're not right on top of you. They're kind of flared out based on where we're at on the street. That's the perk of a cul-de-sac. And that's the perk of getting out here early. The guy we were just talking to, he was like one of the first 5 homes to contract out here. Don't think he didn't get to pick his lot and figure out the orientation of his home. The earlier you are out here, the more options you have, guys. And then one of the coolest features is this actually connects through from the closet to the sales office. There's somebody talking in there. They're pretty loud right now. So come on in, check out this closet. You've got built-ins in this closet. It's really nice. You've got a full-size dresser here, basically. They don't have hardware on it, so I had to kind of grab it. But I mean, this is what I'm looking for in a closet. I don't know about you guys, but I want it to be completely built out. Right behind you, flip around keys, show them. I mean, I don't know if that's enough for shoe storage, but it looks like it is for me. Plenty of hanging space. They even have the upgraded metal rods over here. And then one more thing is when you're here in person, you're gonna go to the design center, but it's always nice when they have the brick samples here. So just really quickly, you know, the exterior of your home, you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna give you a pro tip when you're picking brick. This looks like a white brick, right? You need to go by and drive by a house that's already picked this brick out. It's gonna look different when you have 5 samples than when you put it on an entire home. My guess would be, see this yellow in here? When you have this on 2,000 bricks, this might come out yellow and you might think you're getting a white house and you're not. And the bricks vary. So what you can do, and we can do this for you, we'll ask the builder, hey, send me an address of a home somewhere in Houston where they've used that brick before, and you can go and drive it and see it on the house and you'll go, oh, okay, I'm really glad we didn't pick that one, and save you a little bit of trouble. So I always rate the closets, 4,400 square feet. Size of this is good, but I really like the detail work in here. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. Now, having the laundry room connected to the master closet is very convenient for a lot of reasons. One, it kind of gives you the ability to loop through. You'll see here in a second, back up to the front of the house. But 2, you can just do your laundry and hang it right up. Now, obviously, if you got kids, you got to run theirs upstairs. Can't do anything about that. But it's nice to have it here on the first floor. And this normally would be the garage, by the way. So you'd come in through the garage, you'd land in here. But since this is their sales office, you've got their touch screen set up over here. But getting back into the laundry, they've got the deep soaker sink. So check this out. I mean, this is what you want. This isn't some dinky sink. You can actually, you know, put the stopper in, soak your laundry, do what you need. You've got full built-ins. And then this is optional, but they raised these up. So if you want them to be like kind of eye height with you, but it's great having that connectivity and then all the detail work. I really like the flooring in here. You know, 3-4 years ago, everything went black and white. Now they've started to bring the wood tones and kind of the coppers and stuff in, and then it looks like they maximize the storage underneath the stairs for you. So you even have a nice little storage cubby here. One thing that's really cool about Highland is if you want to interact with their floor plans, you can come over here and click on available homes. This will show you their inventory that's actually here. But if you want to click on their floor plans, starting with their smallest right at 2862, and then you can go up to their largest, which says it's around 4,000, but with structural additions, adding some bonus rooms, you can get up to 5,000. But I'll just click on one. Here's what's great. You have all of these different options, so I can change it and it'll reconfigure. It'll add a wet bar to the game room. So even though you're picking a kind of preset floor plan with all of these builders, you can pretty much customize the home. So pick a floor plan that you like and then work off of that one. So we're back up at the front of the house, but you had what I thought would be, you know, the formal dining room in that informal area, but they have a whole bonus room. They have it staged as a true formal dining, but there's a lot of flexibility that can come with this room, guys. You could use this as a home office and you could close it up. It would be a really great piano room. And then check out the wallpaper on the ceilings. I mean, Highland always crushes it. Little things go a long way. This is really inexpensive to do. I've told y'all this before, but Highland was kind of my inspiration to come in, and I hired a trim carpenter and we did a bunch of trim work in our house. It just really elevated it. And then this is not cheap, but this is really cool too. They brought in some smooth kind of chopped stone. Now, got you a little wine fridge set up over here. So they clearly had some intentions of this being a formal dining room. But if you wanted to put a door on this and close it off, it could serve, you know, multiple purposes, even though you already have that home office off the back. Now, if you're gonna have a big 2-story home, I prefer having a secondary bedroom down here. Your half bath is right here. And then if you back up, you got plenty of storage closets. This one's more like a linen closet. And then this one right up here at the front door is gonna be your coat closet. So lots of storage in this house. And having this secondary bedroom on the first floor is great for guests because they're not gonna be up by the kids. You know, your friends or relatives can come stay in town, stay up late playing games and game night, and you can put those kids to bed early. Or it's great for in-laws. You know, if they have to live here for a period of time, or, you know, they, you know, God forbid they're not super mobile, they can be here on this first floor. And that's why it's always good to have a walk-in shower. Now, as far as closet space goes, they're gonna stay for any kind of longer duration. It's good to have extra bit of storage. And then this room specifically is cool because you got your linen closet tucked in over here. Just give me that extra little bit. And then, I don't know if we showed you, but the front door is double front doors. Makes it super easy to move in. And then you've got a really cool view up here. And that's it for the downstairs. I like how wide the stairs start out here. A lot of the builders we show you have kind of the spiral staircase. That's not what's going on here. It's straight up and down, so be a little careful. But I like how you have a little bit of width to play with right down here at the bottom. You still have a lot of home to work with on the second floor. Plenty of space here in this game room. And keep in mind, you already had the media room downstairs, so you don't need a secondary media room up here. This is really where you can like let the kids run free. As I mentioned, you got a little connectivity down here, so it does open up to the downstairs, but it's not completely exposed, not completely open. So still its own defined space. And this is a big pool table. Sometimes they'll kind of overdo it and they'll put too big of a pool table, but they don't leave us the pool sticks. But pretty much anywhere except for here, you're gonna have a full shot. So you could do pool table, you could do ping pong, and definitely like a smaller foosball table or little air hockey tables would work great. But really, just to show you size and scale, they have a full table over here for card games. They decided to spend some extra money and do the real wood flooring upstairs. I like it. The only reason I prefer carpet upstairs is one, it's a little cheaper, but two, it's just a little quieter. It's got that noise dampening characteristic to it. So coming in here, this is one of 3 bedrooms upstairs. This is a 5-bedroom house, 4,400 square feet, plenty of space, and you just feel it. I mean, this closet, that's no joke of a closet. You got the big closet. This is a full bed, but I mean, there's plenty of room even for a king in these rooms. So you're not really constrained at all. And this one's got its own full ensuite bathroom. And then I do want to show you this. extra storage. They keep doing it. So what they're doing here, guys, is they're putting these linen closets in the room because they don't have them over here in the bathroom. But look, there's not a ton of storage in here with these single vanities. Like, this is a faux cabinet. So you really want to use this for like your toiletries and then store everything else over in these linen closets. You got another one right here. And then what I think's nice is all the rooms are kind of separated out. If you wanted some storage for all of your board games, stuff like that, you've got that. The lights on in here? Oh, they're already on, it's just dark. So, yeah, good storage here. And then this is pretty cool. You almost have like a little Juliet balcony down to the entrance. So when you're yelling at your kids to come downstairs, they can yell back at you from right there. And then this is gonna be a shared bathroom for the upstairs. So if people are up here, gotta use the restroom, they've got options. And pretty good size. I mean, pretty well staged room. We are here in Montgomery, Texas. You're zoned to Montgomery High School. There's 2 high schools in Montgomery. They're both great high schools. Lake Creek's the newer one. This is the OG Montgomery Bears. You even have the Montgomery Bears flag here. And then closets, still good size. Really tall ceilings upstairs too, guys. I mean, these are 10-foot ceilings on the 2nd story. And then last but not least, you got your 5th and final room over here. So plenty of space. And what is great is, you know, this bedroom has its own ensuite bathroom. So really every bedroom upstairs has its own bathroom. Just one of them happens to be outside of the bedroom so that guests upstairs can share it. So you've got 5.5 baths in this 5-bedroom home. So really nice and spread out. Plantation shutters in your closet. This home at 4,400 square feet, because it's got more upgrades than most people would imagine, it would probably cost in the $1 to $1.1 million range. Now, don't let that scare you. Their base pricing actually starts at $599,000 for their 2,900 square foot floor plan. They've got a $75,000 incentive Highland's running right now. And Highland has more flexibility with their pricing than a lot of these other builders. So the way their incentives working right now is, out of that $75,000, they're giving you $25,000 in the form of a credit at the design center, which I'll be honest, you're gonna go through very quickly because you're gonna upgrade everything because you're gonna like this house. Then you're gonna get $25,000 in structural upgrades. For an example, that kind of bump out in that master bedroom or the wet bar in the game room, things like that. Those are structural upgrades. You'll get $25,000 towards that. And then last but not least, you're gonna get a $25,000 flex credit for your closing costs or to buy down your interest rate. Now, they might have a little bit of wiggle with those incentives. That's why you want to reach out to us. We kind of know when these builders have a little bit more in the tank. And depending on when you're watching this, the best time to buy an inventory new construction home is in the last month of the year. You want to buy it kind of, let's say November would be the best time. So if you're wanting an absolute deal, reach out to us. If you're watching this before November, reach out to us, call us. We can get you a deal because these builders, their fiscal years end and they want to move that inventory. Now, if you're not here for a deal and you're here for your dream home, cool, they got you covered. 2,800 square foot all the way up to 5,000 square feet building in that. I asked her, I said, is it 700? And she said, no, we can get you a nice home, our smallest floor plan with no structural upgrades, with still some nice finishes, around $650,000, guys. So I lied. It's not 700 to 1.2 million. It's about 650 to 1.2 million. Now that's with Highland Homes. That's with their 70-foot product. We showed you the 80s. And then Perry Homes builds a really incredible product here next door. But before we get you in there, it's important to know where we are. I kind of mentioned it in the intro, but Montgomery, Texas, it's the birthplace of the Texas flag. And I say that over and over again to really remind you guys, this isn't some new suburb that just popped up here in Houston. In fact, haters in the comments, I think y'all are silly, but y'all are always like, that's not even a suburb, that's an hour away from Houston. Guys, Houston's like the 5th largest city in the country. It's a suburb, chill out. It's called scale, okay? It's a suburb, it's just a bigger place than where you live. So our suburbs are an hour from Houston. People still frequently live here. They commute into Houston, and it makes it easier now that they have Highway 249, which is that new toll road that really connects from Highway 105 about 15 minutes from here. So if you want an alternate route into Houston, you're gonna have that with Highway 249. But people come out to Montgomery for what I'm doing, just a slow walk on a sidewalk on a sunny day with nice breeze, blue skies, trees around, proximity to Lake Conroe, to go out there and go boating, to go eat at Fajita Jack's and watch the sun set, hang out with your family, let them feed the fish. My kids love, for 25 cents, you You put it in the little catfish feeder, it'll give you fish food and you just feed the catfish like this big. It's crazy. This is what people love about Montgomery. I mean, flip around, Keith, show them. You got the Texas flag flying high. You got the American flag flying high. It's a great place to live. So I'll shut up about that, but we're in Montgomery. Wanted you to know where we're at today. And as we go in here, I kind of already hit you guys with it, but we make these videos for you. My name's Kyler Ferris. We run the biggest relocation team here in Houston. We're hands down the best option for you because we think about the other things, not just selling you the house, but getting you from point A to point B and helping you every step of the way. So if you're thinking about moving here, reach out to us. That's what we do. Our contact info is in that top comment below. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to Houston, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email, and we can help you guys make that smooth move. Now let's get you inside these double doors and see what Perry has to offer. This is one of the most popular floor plans in all of Houston, not just with Perry, but with other builders, and you're gonna see why, but we're gonna do this one a little different. We're gonna make you wait for it. So we're coming in these double doors. Perry is known for having more floor plans than any other builder, and they're really known for having a ton of one-story configurations and options. You got your home office up here at the front. You do have 10-foot ceilings in the office, and then they added these. These are definitely an upgrade. This doesn't come standard, but I really like them. They got the two-tone built-ins, so you could use this as a desk, or you could still kind of put your freestanding desk out here. You get natural light, you're in the front of the home, but as we go back here into kind of the main foyer, double front doors, nice and wide, and you can see the ceilings go up even taller. So you don't have that second story up there, so they can build it nice and high, nice and open. And so it's really wide. One thing that's really cool, I want you to look at these floors. They're just now starting to roll these out. I haven't seen them very often. These are not real wood floors. They look like it though. This is the type of luxury vinyl plank we've been waiting for, where it's got these kind of pillowed edges over here. It's got like a real wood feel to it, but it's not. So as opposed to next door, if you do have those bigger, heavier dogs, I would definitely go with this stuff because it's gonna be a good option. Now, typically this would be completely closed off. This is their sales office, but normally that would function as your garage and you would actually go into it through over here. But we're gonna skip over some of the bedrooms because I want you to see really why this is one of the more popular floor plans here in Houston, and this is it. I mean, you have a huge width to play with here. With it being on a 70-foot lot, from that wall over to a wall back through this room over here, you've got 60 feet of house, and it really changes the game because it kind of goes to more of like a ranch style one-story, and it makes it less front to back. A lot of these skinnier homes feel like a bowling alley from that front door to the back, but this one, it actually feels wider than it is deep. So in here in the living room, they kept the gas fireplace, but they kind of modernized it. You got this clean kind of marble looking tile, and then you've got this huge center beam running down. What do they got here? Keith, enter to win our giveaway. So it looks like Perry Homes is offering a Ninja Artisan outdoor pizza oven. I think we should enter that. I think you should enter that. If you call us and come out here, maybe we can get you a pizza oven. How about that? With your house. Call us and we'll figure it out. Just call me out on it. Say, hey, I saw the pizza oven video. We want a pizza oven. We'll figure it out. So, big informal dining area here. Now, unlike next door, I don't think there's a secondary dining room just hiding in this house. Actually, I know there isn't because we've sold this floor plan before. So I like this setup. My house is this way, so convenient. And look at the TV. Look, little sight lines, got little kids, back to school shopping on the TV. From the kitchen, you can kind of see everything. Unless you're facing the wall cooking, all one big open area. What a party house. This is a great place to host. Huge, huge stainless farmhouse sink. You do have the dual ovens, so you've got plenty of room to host for Thanksgiving. You can throw multiple things in the ovens, doing the cooking, and then you've got this really nice, this is actually a different cooktop than what we saw next door, but there's a pattern here. You got these little gold handles over here. This is monogram as opposed to the Cafe series. Couldn't tell you the difference. They both look really cool. So now, model homes will do this a lot. They're just showing off some of their options. I don't know many people that select to have the glass faces on here because like dust and you have to have cool empty blue bottles to showcase. And most people just have like plastic cups. But if you wanted to do this, you can do it. And I'm gonna have to make Keith flip around here. Look at these little windows up here. Look at that. Look at those little guys. They're trying to get as much natural light in here as possible. So now here's why I think this home sells and why it's so popular. To get a second kind of playroom on a 1-story is difficult, and they crushed it with this home. Look at these windows across the back. So this is your flex space. It's such a big room, they're using it for multiple options. They have like a formal sitting area with chests, they've got bookshelves, then they've got the TV over here, and they were even able to fit in a little air hockey. I'm pretty sure we would break this thing in about 30 seconds if we really tried, but that's because we're competitive over here. So, and we're gonna be competitive when we're writing offers for you buying homes, guys. So, they carried the luxury vinyl plank into here. They just happened to throw a rug down, but cool vibe. Like I said, we've sold this floor plan before. A lot of people, this is kind of their kids' playroom. It's that secondary kind of media room for them too. So a lot less square footage here than next door. It's still really wide. So for those people that don't need 5 bedrooms and just really want all the space kind of in one living space, this home might actually even offer a little bit more of that open concept than what we saw next door. And check these sliders out. So Highlands are classy, Highlands are taller, but these sliders are gonna open the house up, if I can get them open. They're gonna open up the house even more than what we saw next door. It is heating up a little bit, but it's still so nice out in the shade. I'm not even gonna sweat out here unless I get out in the sun, but huge patio. This is standard too, and then this is an addition, but this just goes to show how big the yard is. If you wanna go the cheap route, do something like this, but let's be honest, you should build a pool. This is a great place to build a pool, but fun fact, we haven't told you about the amenities. You don't have to build a pool. The amenities that they have lined up, since this is a Johnson development, are pretty cool. They've got a resort style pool coming. They've got pickleball courts on the way. So no matter who you are, you gotta love pickleball. It's like the biggest thing in the world right now. It is fun, but it's a little overrated. Let me know if you disagree in the comments. It's a little overrated, just a little bit. They're gonna have sidewalks all throughout the neighborhood, pocket parks, meaning like playgrounds of varying sizes for kids of different ages, which is really important. What else? They got a fishing lake going on over here. In fact, some of the houses out here are on that. We'll call it a pond. It's a pond. It's not a lake, it's a pond. They've got them on the pond. In fact, I can see them digging right over there. See that excavator over there, Keith? Boom. They're digging right now as we speak. So that pond, and what am I missing? A gym. They're gonna have a fitness center here in this neighborhood. And this neighborhood's not huge. Like, there's not even, I don't even think there's over 1,000 homes out here. So it is kind of I mean, it's still good size, but it's more boutique, higher end homes. There's no entry level homes out here, guys. It really starts at that 650, 700 number and goes up from there. So you're gonna just have a, you know, pretty similar, I would say, buyer pool out here. It's not gonna vary as much as some of these other neighborhoods since there's really no starter homes out here, you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if 700K is your starter home, good for you, buddy. Here's the master bedroom off the back of the house. I like it. Feels unique, feels quaint. Different than last video, we don't have the second bed for our little office clip to throw up. We'll throw it up again.
That's my bed. Jen has some space issues.
We don't have that going on here. You got 2 chairs instead.
So I curl up on that puppy.
But king size bed, plenty of space. I like the wood beams. They're kind of unique in the sense that, I mean, they're totally pointless other than aesthetics, right? They're definitely not structural. They're capped cedar, but they look really cool. And they kind of, I don't know, I don't see them very often. Now, Perry gives you some of the wider bathrooms that you'll see. I appreciate it so much. So many bathrooms, even in big houses, are like skinny and you're like claustrophobic. This is huge, guys. Check this thing out. I mean, there is just a lot of space over here between these 2 vanities, and you know, between the 2, this is the most equitable vanity split up I've seen in a while. Where you're gonna get the bonus is over here. More likely than not, the she of the relationship is gonna get this little makeup workstation over here, but the other person doesn't have to walk all the way around the shower. They can go in right here, check it out. You can go in through either side. And then closet space is good. It's a little tight, but you're not fighting over one closet. You each have your own. And really, I mean, we were doing so great, but this is a little cheap. We could have bought we could have gone to Marshall's. I'm going 7.2. We're going 7.2. You're getting 2 closets. It's still nice, but they're tight. And I don't know, you could do a little bit better. Big freestanding tub. Now, the tile in here, let me know in the comments. Do you like this tile? Because here are my 2 thoughts on this tile. 3 thoughts on this tile. 1, I think it looks great. The second 2 thoughts are a little bit more negative. One of them is I feel like it's gonna show all your hair. If you're getting ready, your hair's falling out. And then 2, if it gets wet, I mean, this looks like it would be really slick. Because this is a 1-story home and everything's on 1 story, it is nice that they decided to kind of keep all of the bedrooms separate from each other. So you have to go back through the living room and all of the other bedrooms are kind of up here towards the front of the house, but they all snake off differently, so there's a good noise barrier. Now this is gonna be your laundry room, pretty good size. It's not super wide, it's not as wide as that bathroom, but you're plenty deep. Behind that painting right there, you could definitely add a plug, have a secondary refrigerator, which I like. You've got some built-ins, and then I do appreciate the tile. Now, down this hallway, plenty of storage with an extra linen closet, so that's nice. And this is gonna be your first of the 4 bedrooms, well, really 3 guest bedrooms or children's bedrooms, but 10-foot ceilings in here, so really good size. Golly, Keith, I gotta get better at this. Full? It's a full. It's a full, guys. It's not a queen. It could fit a queen though. There's plenty of space. Now, you do have your closet tucked in over here. Decent size, not a full walk-in, but pretty good. But what's nice is you do have your own bathroom over here. So coming through. Now, here's the caveat. It does share with another bedroom over here. So it feels like its own bathroom space. Really cozy, tall ceilings. I love this carpet too. So this is like a lower pile, not Berber carpet. It's got a cool pattern to it. But yeah, nice kind of look and feel. And then you've got this closet tucked in over here. Now we've already been over here. So you're wondering, oh, is this just a 3-bedroom house? No, there's another bedroom, but you would pass the garage. So this is that kind of garage. This is the landing area, hang your bags, kids' backpacks, all that, put their shoes down there. And then this is its own ensuite. So love the penny tile on the ground. Really, really nice touch. Single vanity, walk-in shower. This to me is the guest bedroom. You know, let the kids share that bedroom over here. This is a queen size bed, so it is bigger. Went with it lower to the ground too. But still, this is what I meant. Plenty of room for a queen size bed. Last but not least, we gotta judge the closet. Ooh, okay, we can judge it appropriately. And before we leave, check out that wallpaper. That's cool, I like that. I like that style. I like what we're working with here. So, guys, 3,300 square feet, a lot quicker to go through, but what you'll notice is it's really, you got the big heart of the home, and then you've got kind of that secondary flex space, huge sliders to a killer backyard. Everybody has their own bedroom, and you still have the home office. And this comes with a 3-car garage option. So a lot of the homes out here are gonna have 3-car garage options. I think they might even have a 4-car garage option with J. Patrick. So reach out to us if that's something you're interested in, we can make that happen. But that's it for Perry's 70-foot. Now, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna skip over. They have a 60-foot floor plan too next door. We're gonna see as we walk on down to Chesmar. Doesn't make sense to show you the 60 since we just showed you a Perry 70-foot, but just know if whenever we tell you pricing on the way over to Chesmar, if you're not quite where you need to be out pricing wise here, you can still get you inside of a nice Perry home just over in that 60-foot product. Perry Homes has a ton of different size options when it comes to housing out here. And they also have 2 different lot sizes. So even though we showed you the 70, that's that 60 that we're gonna skip over. It is a 2-story. It's a little bit more rare for you to see Perry Home 2-story models. I would say 75% of the floor plans I see them build here in Houston, and this is a made up stat based on my experience, usually they're rocking their 1-stories, and it's because people love them. My mom lives in a Perry 1-story. She loves her house. So this is actually on the smaller side. It just feels so grand because of that big old living room, but they really start around 2,800 square feet, and they're gonna get all the way up to 4,900 square feet, so just under that 5,000 square foot. I think that the developer has a 5,000 square foot cap on some of them. I don't know if J. Patrick can get up over that size, but I know in these size ranges, they're not gonna go over 5,000, but that's a huge size range. That means you can get one of these Perry homes, their base price is in those 650s. Realistically, this home spec'd out the way it is, you're probably in the 8 range, but you could build this exact floor plan, the base price is only 660. So if you don't go crazy, you take the incentives that they give you, you could be in the mid to low 700s on a nice lot out here in Briarley in this 3,300 square foot 1-story floor plan. So that is it for Perry. As I mentioned, we're gonna skip that over, but we got one left. And I told you, it's a curveball. It's Chesmar, and we always show you their 40 and their 50-foot products, but finally we get to show you kind of their crown jewel. We get to show you one of their bigger homes. This one is a fun one, and this one I told you is a curveball, but having just walked it before we filmed this for you guys, I think you're in for a treat. We're in Chesmar's model home, and the color scheme in here is one of the best that we've seen. Now, it's a little cluttered because they're using the front home office as their office while they're building this out. Check this out. This would normally be the 3-car garage, but they're doing a full office over here with a little bit of a mini design center. So they actually paused their construction just so we could film this video for you guys. And we appreciate that. So coming in here, we're gonna skip some stuff. I wanna get you straight through because not only is this a big 2-story family home, well now we actually need to pause, Keith. Look at this. They're doing some cool little stuff here. Showing off some wine, you got the staircase here. But this is a nice house. This is a 60-foot wide product. This is what I'm used to. This is what I live in. But it's still a very big home. This is their largest floor plan. It's 3,600 and change square feet. So you get the 2-story living room over here, and then the ceilings are still really tall over here in the kitchen, going up to about 11 feet. But what I think I like, and Keith was saying this before we started filming, we really like the color scheme in here. So they went with a luxury vinyl plank flooring. It's a little darker than we're used to, and I think it's growing on me. And you'll kind of see they tied in some darker wood than we typically see. I mean, this is almost like 20 years ago coming back into style. The key is, with these earth tones, is just don't go with red oak. That's the stuff that's like impossible to pull out of a house. So really like this. You got these kind of darker wood grain cabinets. They go all the way up to the ceiling. That's an upgrade, but it's a cool upgrade. They've got the glass panels with the down lighting, and it just gives you a nice kind of luxurious feel for this price point too. Wait till we tell you the prices. Now, huge kitchen island. These are really big bar stools. You've got 4 here, and then you even have an overhang on the ends. So if you wanted to, you know, throw 6 on here, you could, but huge kitchen island. Got the cornered pantry. Now, this is the first house we've seen with a single oven. You're gonna have the option for double oven over here, so you can always upgrade for that. Now, we don't see this too often. I think it's pretty cool, but this is a black quartz sink. I do think that, you know, you gotta keep it nice and clean, otherwise the minerals in the water will leave white stains on it. But it's pretty cool. And then check out the sight lines to the TV. Let's talk about the wood going up that fireplace. That's neat. We don't see that very often. You'll see that in like commercial buildings, but I don't see it in homes very often. And then here's the second oven. It's right in front of us, guys. You don't need the double stack. Look at this. They actually tucked it underneath the 5-burner gas cooktop. Now, this is what I meant by the knobs being up here. It's a lot harder for a 2-year-old to turn this on. It's safer, but it doesn't look as cool. So I'll leave that up to you. I'm not gonna judge you. Look cool, but your kid gets hurt, or kid is safe, but don't look cool. That's up to you. So I know what I would pick. I might sacrifice kid touching this hot stove once or twice
for how cool this looks.
So here we are. We got the kind of informal dining area over here. I didn't see a formal dining, so this is gonna kind of serve as that. It is big enough. They kind of crammed 8 chairs in here. So I think it's a pretty good size. You're getting a lot of natural light in this house. I mean, these are big windows, guys. These are huge windows. And the backyard here, they crushed. Now, this is similar to Highland's sliders. It's the 4 panel, so you get about 50% opening here. And I let you down, guys. I so let you down. I had my golf clubs. I just got back from Lake Tahoe, went on a work conference, but I also played some golf. And I was like, do I put my clubs back in my truck? And I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I need to work. And when they're in my truck, I play hooky sometimes. I go and hit golf balls. Well, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I need to work. I need to help you out. I need to help out our team. Well, sure enough, round 2, I kind of failed you last week. I had to redeem myself. Let's just pretend I'm doing that right here. Just. If that wasn't the fake out, you do have room for a pool back here, but I kind of like what they did with the landscaping. So if you're not gonna go with the pool, I mean, this is great. They kind of took the natural drainage through here anyways and turned it into a feature. Not very often that model homes take the time to build something like this, but this is a sweet little setup. If you could have a fire pit out here, you could do a bunch of things. You could put a wall up along the back and put a TV. This is nice. I think I would actually use this. And then they've got the speakers built in out here, guys, so that's gonna be a nice touch. This is just extra storage closet. I was wondering if it was pre-plumbed for maybe a pool bath. It's not, that would be cool. What do you think so far? So far, I like it. I love the color scheme. Flipping back to that kitchen, I didn't think I would like the dark wood, but that's just a cool look. Pretty good sized master bedroom. Love the colors they picked out, kind of the cognac. This is my color palette. This is what our office looks like, guys. When you come visit, you'll probably sit down at our office and we'll come up with a full game plan so that you're not wasting time driving around, going to these different builders. If you're here for 1 day, perfect. If you're here 7 days, perfect. But we'll sit down in an office. I wish I could say it looks like this. It looks pretty cool though. Our office is pretty cool. And here's what we've learned after doing this hundreds, probably thousands of times now on these calls. We know what questions to ask. We just ask you the right questions. As long as you're authentic and answer them, you end up finding the right home every single time. Literally every time. I like this bathroom setup a lot. They did go with kind of this like wood look tile. I could see that being a risk, but I think it paid off. I do. And then really like just all the textures they've added in this house. That's what I think is appealing to it. Even the paint on the walls is like a khaki. It's a little off. So really cool features. You got your toilet room here. It's got a window. I've told you before, I'll say it again. We forgot to build a linen closet into our master bathroom. We regret it. And we're in luck, guys. We almost made it through a full video without me finding my shower bench, but I got dual loofahs here, guys. Look at this. I only need one now that it's not so hot and sweaty out. So look, everybody likes a nice shower bench. It's not directly under the faucet, but it is nice. You can sit here, you got full glass panel to observe whatever else is taking place in the bathroom. So your hot wife walks by, you know, sit here, check it out. Not a bad thing to look at. I've got a hot wife, hope you do too. And that's what the shower glass is for. So we got the master closet. Pretty good size. Things that I like. They have the third rail already put in. That, if my math is correct.
So if my math is correct,
it actually adds 50% to the amount of hanging space that you have here.
it's not an hour.
That's not an hour,
Not an
but
hour.
it is. And also, a quarter
I think I'm right, 50%. Got a little mirror here, no secret passage. I know what to look for. You do have 8-foot doors. Now these are not solid core doors. They're not solid. Most aren't until you get over that $1 million price point. But you can upgrade them. So even with Chesmar, when you're building, if you want to spend the extra money, you can upgrade pretty much everything. All these builders are going to give you, trust me, they'll take your money, okay? It's whether or not they build a product that is affordable enough to start at. And I think all of them really do out here. So really nice built-in cabinets, like you got the folding space here. Would be nice to see a sink, but I'm sure they have that as an option to upgrade. And then this is perfect. I mean, this is exactly what you'd expect to have a plug in here, charge the vacuum cleaners. And then this laundry room really, it functions nicely. It's got a lot of space. It's not too tight. Another little coat/linen closet over here. Now I like the flow of this house because it kind of snakes through. It kind of forces you to just keep on keeping on. So coat closet here. Down at the end of the hall, go on in, I'll follow you. This is gonna be your downstairs half bath, but it's really a full bath. And the reason it's a full bath is because you do have a secondary bedroom down here, and that's gonna be your linen closet. Nice, Keith. You had one job, is to kick the little door stopper, this thing. This is that secondary bedroom downstairs. So for the guests, it's great. Queen size bed, fits nicely in here, 10-foot ceilings, good amount of closet space. This is cool. They actually utilized the space, look in there, underneath the stairs really well. I think it works out well. I don't think they just hacked it. I think it's a good use of space. And man, really interesting staircases today. Normally we see the spirals or we see the straight or we see the right angles, but both of the staircases we've shown you today are straight, and then at the very end, they kind of peel off. So you're definitely gonna have to get creative with your furniture. This table's perfect, unless you have kids that'll bump it. But this table's perfect for right here. And I wanna show you this too. So this isn't the pantry, but this is just extra storage. Pretty good amount of space. So that's it for the downstairs. I love it so far. I really do. I like how open this is down here. I love the sight lines out to the patio. So you just have a lot to work with. Let's see what we're working with upstairs. I think the reason I like this house so much is it feels like my house. I told you I'm in a 60-foot product home. and it's 3,600 square feet, and that's exactly what this is. And I'm gonna save the best for last over here, but I want you to see this view. You got kind of more modern fixtures in here, and even along this wall over here, they added that extra little trim piece. It's these little things, guys, very cheap. That's like $10 worth of wood, but it goes a long way. So this is a 5-bedroom. So you got 3 extra bedrooms up here. This is gonna be a full-size bathroom that some of these bedrooms are gonna have access to. So coming in here, this is where you'll notice the square footage is a little bit smaller. Because it's a 5-bedroom, these rooms aren't gonna be quite as big as the upstairs bedrooms with that Highland home. Keep in mind, it has almost all of the same bonus rooms. It's just 800 square feet smaller, so, and significantly cheaper, so, or more affordable, as they like me to say. I love this room. Obviously, I grew up a huge motocross kid, and it doesn't get much cooler than that if you're a kid, so I'm not sure the overlap between road cycling and motocross, very different in my opinion, but anyways, I'll stop judging their art. It's a cool room. I like the windows up here, so you're getting that natural light in. Closet space is pretty decent, actually, for the bedroom sizes being a little bit on the smaller side. And that's still a queen bed. So you're getting queen beds in these secondary rooms. Now, 5th bedroom, they don't have staged as a 5th bedroom. It's definitely a 5th bedroom, but that's the perk of having a 5-bedroom. If you don't need 5 bedrooms, then this is a cool little crafts room. Here in Texas, say it all the time, they don't have basements. This right here gives you access to the attic. More likely than not, there's not like a huge cavity in there for you to store a bunch of stuff. Usually just access to water heaters, HVAC systems, but usually they'll put like a bigger door if there is a big cavity, and you can store all of your stuff in there, which is really nice. Now, this is the 2nd full bathroom upstairs. So none of the bedrooms upstairs have their own bathrooms inside of them. Last but not least, you got the little linen closet, but there's more to check out up here. You thought we were done. I told you we'd save the best for last. You don't just have a good sized game room up here. There's still another room that we missed, and it's right over this way. And it's huge. So you do have a full media room, which I love. I really like all the textures they've done here. It's not expensive, guys, to put the flooring on the wall. It looks cool. It's kind of a continuation of the theme of this house. You got a little closet tucked in the corner, a little bit of storage over here, and then Keith's gonna hate me today because I keep running right at him. I keep making him move. He's gotta scramble. This is that attic. So I knew they would have one. So this is an exterior door with, what do you call it? Drawing a blank, guys. Really? Not trim, what's the little foam padding? The little insulation around the door, doesn't matter. Anyways, it's got that because that goes to the attic, which is not insulated. It's a little hotter in there. So these homes that we showed you today, they are not spray foam insulation, they're traditional insulation. My home's traditional insulation. It still meets code, all those things. If you want the most energy efficient home out here, you're gonna have to check out that first video we showed you. We'll pin it here in a second. That's gonna be the David Weekley home. They're the only ones out here that I saw that's spray foaming their home. So that is it for the Chesmar home. We still have one more thing for you. We gotta talk pricing. One thing we didn't touch on is how nice this front porch is. You have a huge covered front patio, not one of those dinky kind of makeshifts, oh, we got a front patio. Guys, that thing's like 10 feet deep. And the curb appeal on this home's sexy. You've got a couple things going on here. You have a metal roof, you've got a stucco front exterior, you got plenty of windows in that bronze, which really looks black. And you got the stacked stone with the trim. I mean, this is a really pretty house, and they even did it nice with these raised flower beds. So I know what you're wondering. You're wondering, what did these homes cost? Well, what's crazy is the base prices of these homes. These are gonna be the smallest homes out here, the most affordable homes out here. The base prices on this home start under $500,000. Now, realistically, I was just talking with Eric, the sales guy out here. I said, Eric, don't BS us. How much do the homes really cost? Not the base price, but when people really move into them. He said, no, really, about $50,000 over the base price. So you can get into homes with Chesmar and their 60-foot product here in Briarley, starting around $550,000. That's really good, guys. And that's not the base price. That's like fully moved in. Now, this is their larger floor plan, but you can get something like this around $700,000 with the sliders. So this is a nice house, a lot of square footage with a lot of nice features. They went a little above and beyond with some, I would say, design features that wouldn't be available in the design center. So not to confuse you guys, like when they're putting wood flooring on the walls, that's like the interior designers coming in after. So I don't want to trick you guys with pricing and stuff. Obviously they spent money after closing to make this house look the way it did, but so are you. You're gonna go buy furniture, you're gonna buy art, stuff like that. That's not what we're talking about in these prices. So I think we just crushed it. And if you didn't see the first video on this neighborhood, be sure to go check that out. Some of these homes in the larger section are even nicer than these guys. So if you haven't seen those, click on this video right here, check it out. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to Houston or Montgomery or got questions, we're the guys. We got you. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas.